vegetables, pineapple cake, chocolate cake, cheesecake, wine, all that together. And I felt like dog shit yesterday morning when I got up. I couldn't even drink wine. I was so full.
In today's video, Deb and I will be sharing our few tips and ideas what works for us to have a healthy lifestyle. You know, recently I was talking with a friend and his mother struggling with cancer. She has passed away since, but it made me think how important a healthy life is. And that is included healthy diet, physical activity, positive outlook in life, your spiritual world. And that's why we've decided with Deb to put a video together of what works for us. And you know what? It's been pretty amazing. I hope you can share this with your friends and family. Watch the video till the end. Share, like, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Diet meeting. I've been doing so much research about that intermittent fasting, breaking intermittent fasting, and ending.
I think in one of my earlier videos, I promised all our watchers and followers that we were going to talk about, our healthy lifestyle and, what do we eat? And I'm sure they're very curious about it too. But first is hydration. The second one is swapping the white foods with the brown. We'll explain a little bit more about that. The third one is doing a cleanse, right? So you and I follow those 3 steps, and everybody's probably thinking, well, what are they? So we'll talk about those in just a second. But when you think of healthy lifestyle as a whole, like I want to get fit and I want to be healthy, let's say that equates to 100%, right? Really, 80% of that 100% is what you put in your mouth. It's all about eating, nutrition, the foods that you eat. The other 20% is exercise, right? So really, this is the most important thing to living a healthier you and a healthier lifestyle and getting fit and feeling fit. 80%, that's quite a bit. That is all about what you put in your mouth. And I don't like to use the word diet because diet seems so faddish, right? And I've tried some of them, believe me. They get you going, you follow a regime, you lose a little bit of weight, you quit, and then you gain all your weight back. I've heard this from so many women because you're not really teaching yourself how to eat clean. And Nadia, you probably know this of me. I like quick, I like easy. I don't like to count calories. I don't like to measure stuff.
Yep,
I feed my body so I can feel better. And if I'm not feeling good, if I'm feeling too sluggish or whatever, I know I'm eating too many carbohydrates. Or if I'm too full for a long period of time, I know maybe it's too much protein. So really, I listen to my body, and you've gotten really good at listening to your body too. But really, if everybody remembers that 80% of this whole being healthy and getting fit is what you put in your mouth, you'll probably be a little bit more conscious of what you eat. But I allow myself some sugar every once in a while. Not every day, maybe not every week. I'll have like a big bowl of ice cream or something like that. So that's pretty much called moderation. I don't eat it every day. I know you don't either because you eat very clean. But you and I do things like you went to a wedding this weekend, right? And there was a ton of food, right? You sent me all those pictures of that delicious, gorgeous food, right? You had some. I actually had a party this weekend for our neighbors, and we had a bunch of food and wine and beer and all kinds of stuff. I ate it too. You don't have to live so stringent that you can't live, right?
Yes.
But we were talking earlier, how did you feel the next day after eating all that?
Right.
You didn't feel right?
No. It's not that I am, you feel bloated, but you feel just overwhelmed. It's like, I didn't eat a lot. But it's the mix of the foods that came on a plate. You know what I mean? That's what makes you feel so stuffed that you're, whoa, I'm done eating for a couple of days at least.
When you eat a healthy, clean lifestyle, you shouldn't wake up full. You should wake up ready to eat, right? I woke up full. I slept horribly. I was tossing and turning. And then the whole day yesterday, I just felt lethargic, tired, like my head just wasn't right. Just all that food that I normally don't eat, I ate that night. And I enjoyed every minute of it. I'll be honest. I enjoyed every minute of it. But my body reacts to it in a way where it's like, whoa, you're so used to eating clean. And now you just put all the sugar and carbs and gluten and all this stuff in me. And my body just kind of didn't like it. That's actually a good sign, in my opinion, that you are in a healthy lifestyle and you are eating clean when your body reacts to foods you normally don't eat. 3 easy steps that I talked about earlier, right? Hydration is so important. And maybe a lot of people, and I wrote some notes down because I don't want to get these statistics wrong, but your human body is made up of at least 60% of water, right? So let's think your whole human body is 60% of water. Your muscles, right? Your muscles is 79% water. Isn't that amazing? Your brain and your heart is 73% water. Your lungs are 83% water. And then the biggest organ that you have in your whole body, which is your skin, is roughly around 31, 32%. We don't have a whole lot of water in our skin. The thing I do every morning is I drink a big glass of water. And I'm drinking water throughout the whole day, at least 12 glasses, you know, and I measure it with my little water jug. I got the water jug, it's about 32 ounces, and I drink at least 3 a day. So if people, you know, have a big mug like what you got right there, first thing in the morning, fill that up with water and chug it. Before you eat anything, before you drink any coffee, before any of that, hydrate the body, get that body moving. Just lube. It's almost like if you think about changing the oil in your car, and then they go in there and they kind of lube the joints and things like that. That's what you're doing. You're lubing your insides of your body, which is totally awesome. So remember, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate.
So when I, for example, break my day, the first thing when I wake up at 3:30 in the morning, and then before I leave my house at 4, 1 week, I do just a lemon, either half a lemon or full lemon, and I drink it on empty stomach until I break my fasting at around 10 or 11. And then the next week, I like to switch to apple cider vinegar in the morning, same thing. And then the third week, I switched to drinking baking soda. And I rotate that so my body gets rid of all the inflammation, gets rid of any kind of toxins that are not supposed to be in my body, and I feel amazing.
Oh, wow, that's actually a great idea. So you're kind of cleansing slowly while you're eating healthy, and then every other week you kind of change out what you put in your water. That's just the first drink in the morning that you have your water?
Yep. Well,
wow.
I just doing some research, what in general, I'm not even talking about apple cider vinegar or lemon, but what baking soda, and obviously you have to do it the right way, right? You have to make sure it fizzes up, right? You can't just put a cold water in it. That's what I do for myself, right? You can do your own research, and I put just a little teaspoon of baking soda and I put boiling water, just a little bit so it fizzes up, or lemon, they activate.
Okay.
And then I add the cold water to it. And it's not that bad. Alan does it with me every week when I switch that for both of us.
So the second thing that I mentioned, and the easy tips, right? So these should be really easy. Remember, everybody, we like quick and easy. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. And I'm not talking about hydrate with sodas or hydrating with sugary iced tea or sugary lemonade. I'm talking about water. And then the second thing is swap all your white foods for brown. So I wrote down some examples. White foods are like white rice, pasta, flour, bread, potatoes, milk, sugar, and salt.
Oh,
right?
Come on. That's all the good stuff, isn't it?
I know it's all the good stuff, but look, I got better stuff to swap with it, which is just as good. Super easy for everybody to remember. Anything that's white, don't eat it. anything that's brown rice, wheat pasta or veggie pasta. I got wheat or rye bread, sweet potatoes, cashew or almond milk, and use honey for sweetener. Brown, a little bit of brown. So if you're like, you really need something to sweeten, I don't know, maybe your tea or your coffee, use honey. Just swap the white for the brown. Super easy to remember, right? I mean, you don't have to think about it. Right, Nadia? And order brown rice. Did you have brown rice? No, we don't have brown rice. Skip the rice then.
Yep.
They have potatoes. Say, can I get a sweet potato, please, versus a regular potato? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not one that uses fake stuff like margarine or whatever. If you're going to put butter on your foods, use real butter. And then the last thing that you and I talk about a lot is cleansing. So we try to cleanse our body at least once a quarter.
Yes.
You might kind of plan it that way. And just like I was talking about changing the oil in your car, that's what we're doing. We are releasing the toxins in our body and getting them out so we feel better. And it's amazing feeling how much better we feel afterwards. People could do research too. They can look online because I will never test that I'm an absolute expert. But I do know this for a fact. Toxins love to hide in body fat, right?
Yeah.
And it's healthy to have fat on your body, not a lot, but it's healthy to have some fat on your body because fat protects your organs. So here you are, you got your organs, and you have a layer of body fat, and you want to lose a little bit, say you have a little bit too much body fat, and that's one of your goals is to lose body fat. Toxins hide in your fat. So if you don't release those toxins, your body fat's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
And like I said, people can look it up. That is not going to, it's going to be very, very hard to lose weight. And people are going to get very discouraged and depressed. And I didn't lose any weight. You've got to release those toxins. And it does feel amazing, right? After doing a cleanse.
Are you kidding me? Your mind is clear.
Cleansing and detoxing your body supports your immune system, aids in healthy digestion, promotes weight loss. That was the big thing on there. And it actually smooths and helps your skin look good. And it's really, really good. You told me something about a saltwater flush. I would like to hear more about that.
Well, you want to hear about it now? Okay. Well, one thing besides doing a salt flush is, for example, yesterday before the wedding, it might sound gross, but you know what? We all go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. It's a reality. That's the way God created us. I had my chai tea before working out. I waited a little bit, walked around the house. I went to the bathroom and I felt amazing. Bam, I went to work out. So that's kind of one of the things that I do. Same thing before I do that before I go for a long run. Salt flash, as gross as it sounds, it's basically you can do that. And I will post a link, 2 teaspoons of non-iodized salt. Okay, obviously the higher quality, the better. And just mix it. How it works for me to handle drinking that is putting a little bit of lemon in it and kind of like room temperature water instead of a cold water. I don't like that. And I just completely just drink it. Half an hour, I mean, your body's clean. But that's for me, okay? First time when I tried it, I think it was about 2014, 2013. It didn't work for me. I couldn't understand what was I doing wrong.
Okay.
And it almost like, oh, I don't like the way it made me feel, which is understandable. And you would say, well, why would you drink salt water? Well, actually, it doesn't stick to your organs, right? It just completely flushes it out. When I do my detox about 3 times a year, sometimes when I feel discomfort, which I haven't in a while, I will have that salt flush in the evening or in the morning. And that's what I do it for me. I don't do it before I go to work. Mm-hmm. Not a good idea.
Yeah.
Better to do it in the evening. Feel phenomenal.
Yeah. So reference your cleanse. I'm going to talk about what you're going to start tomorrow, how you cleanse, and I'll talk about how I do my cleanse.
Once again, this is what works for me. it might not work for anybody that's watching. Please consult with your doctor if you need to follow what we are saying. I'll leave it up to you. I do my detox, which is a master cleanse. I'm not promoting that. It's just what I've been doing that for since 2014. And I can't explain how I feel after it. I started with 5 days and now I go up to 2 weeks. But tomorrow, what I will do, I am not going to do the master cleanse. I will just strictly concentrate on my intermittent fasting that I've been doing for already 2 years, and I absolutely love it. Yes, it's a lot of self-control in the beginning, but then you know what, at the end, when you get used to it, you feel amazing. I start intermittent fasting at 5 o'clock in the evening. Okay, I used to do it at 7. Now I switched it to 5 o'clock in the evening, correct?
Okay.
And then I go the next day to 11 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I'll switch it to 10, sometimes to 11, right? I'll have a little bit of my chai tea prior to that, but then I start eating at 11, okay? And how I break my fast, what I do, I start with probiotics and fats, basically, correct? So it's yogurt, and I make sure it's for me it's not a non-fat yogurt. I don't do any of that, correct? Either a little bit of nuts, banana, or dates in it, okay? And I have it just a little bit. I don't eat a lot. I don't like to eat a lot, and that's it. Okay, I'll have either tea, or maybe I'll have matcha, or that's it. So then it's about 1 to 2 hours. That's when I eat my lunch, and it either consists with egg and salad, or salad, egg, and some sort of a protein. It could be a leftover small piece of steak from the night before, or a piece of chicken. That's how I have my lunch, and that's it. I don't have anything until about 4 o'clock when I get home. And I either have just a protein with chicken, piece of fish, steak, and either salad or steamed vegetables. That's how I finish my day. And then at about 5:30, I either go work out or my cardio.
That is amazing. For everybody that's watching, that's really good willpower. That is just amazing. And I know you do really well on that cleanse. And when you did that one cleanse for a week, I was just like, you go, girl. Because I liked a little bit simpler, because that's just the way I'm built. But 3 times a day, I have a tea. So it's a lemon ginger tea, and you could buy the little boxes of tea in any store, which is good for detoxing. And then I add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, the unfiltered with the mother. It looks really cloudy and has all the junk in it. That's the good junk. So a tablespoon of that in the tea, and then a tablespoon of honey. And that's what I drink 3 times a day. I also have one meal is a protein shake. And then, like you, I eat very light in the morning, and I fast as well every day naturally. I stop eating at 5 o'clock, and I don't eat again until 7:38. So that's a pretty long fast. I have my tea, and then I'll let that kind of sit in my body for a little bit. And then usually my first meal is something with a little bit of protein. I try to eat 3 meals on a cleanse. When I'm not on a cleanse, I eat 4 times a day, but they're very small meals. I just have my yogurt, then I have a protein shake for lunch, and then for dinner I have a light salad and a piece of meat, like either a fish or chicken or a steak or something like that. That's it. So really just kind of easy. There's 2 different types of cleanses depending on what people want to try or what they want to do. And I know you put some information on for everybody and kind of see which one helps them, make them feel better. But after the 3 days, I feel great, and it really cleans you out. It does. The apple cider vinegar is a good cleanse. It'll clean you out. And then normally you'll probably lose maybe a couple pounds in the few days, but it's really just releasing all your toxins, detoxing your body, getting rid of all the extra stuff that's in you for the bathroom, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It works. You have to burn more calories and eat less calories if you want to burn body fat. And I'm not talking about starving yourself, but just your output should be more than your input, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. We talked about living a healthy lifestyle and getting fit. 80% of that 100% is nutrition, what you eat, and 20% is exercise. And then we talked about the easy tips that everybody, I mean, they might have to just watch this video once, maybe twice, but it's really simple. You release the toxins from your fatty cells. It'll be easier to lose the fat in your body.
I agree with that. That's a good one, actually, what you just said. I posted on Fit&Fab my tips on me maintaining my weight. It's exactly hydrate, physical activity, good sleep, plenty of water, and just a clean, healthy eating. Not diet, like you said, but healthy eating.
Yeah.
It's it. Because like, for example, before I would work out and I'm like, why am I not losing weight? I was all concentrated. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. Well, there's nothing to do with that, right? It's if you, like you said, work out a lot, consume the right healthy food, mix the foods together. Oh, and by the way, one of my favorite books, I think I was telling you about, is this one. I'm not, I don't know the author or anything like that, but I bought this book because it specifically talks to foods to mix and not to mix. And it just opens your mind that, oh, hold on a second. Really, it's bad to mix. When you go to a restaurant and you order this amazing big meal, and you have protein on it, you have carbs on it, you have fats in it, and it's like, wow, that looks so delicious. But when you finish with it, it's like, oh,
you feel awful.
You feel awful, but people don't realize that, because they don't do enough research for themselves. They just think that this is normal, but really it's not normal. That's when when you mix all of that together, you just basically inflamed your body instead of eating correctly. So any problems that might be causing anything in the future.
I know when we go out to dinner and stuff like that, there are things I skip. Then we went to a steakhouse. So they come to the table with this awesome basket of bread, right? Just skip the bread. Yep. I mean, just skip the bread, because I knew if I mixed the bread with my vegetables and the steak and then everything else, and all the butter and the oils that they put in the meats and stuff like that, I know I would just feel awful. So just say no to some things, but I like my wine. So I would rather have a glass of wine versus, a couple pieces of bread. So in my mind, I kind of swap things out. Okay, what do I really want with this meal? So I ordered a steak. I didn't have any potatoes. I ordered green beans on the side and a salad, skipped the bread, and had a wonderful glass of wine. And one thing I want to mention to people that you and I do love our wines, right? And I love my margaritas. Yes. But I try to stick with the lowest sugar, right? So the driest of dry wine. So the red, if you're a red girl or a white girl, stick with the dry wines. Those have the least amount of sugar in it. Let's say you're sitting around with some friends, everybody's having a food drink, and you're like, God, I really want one of those. I swear to God, look it up. Some of those, like pina coladas, like 800 calories, and some other ones. Just skip those and order something that's lighter. Don't deprive yourself. Have it.
Imagine the amount of sugar you just put in yourself. Imagine how much you have to work either that night, if you feel like working out buzzed, or the next morning, how much you have to work it off, and how much of inside of your body just got inflamed. Oh, you feel good, but it's just not good in the long run. That's when people, when they get older, they start having massive problems because, in a younger age, they just never took care of it or even cared to look into that or to care of it.
And specifically for women, you know, sugar is probably our number one culprit. You know, when we all gain weight differently, you know, some people goes to their hips, some stomach, some to legs, you know, mine happens to distribute all over the place. But the hardest place for me to lose weight is on my legs and my butt. I found that for me and a lot of people, other women that I know, that sugar is the culprit of weight gain, bloating, just holding on to those fatty cells in your body. And you probably, you know, any kind of diet out there, when you're looking at diets or eating plans or whatever, the one thing that you notice is they cut the sugar. You'll feel better, the weight will come off, you'll feel amazing, you'll sleep better, you'll think better, you'll have more energy. Yeah, especially the next day, you'll have more. You'll wake up, you're like, bam, I'm feeling great this morning. I haven't even had my cup of water.
Yeah, please comment below, or, you know, if you have any questions. You know, you and I, we encourage other women. If you are not sure about what we are saying, consult with your doctor, right?
Yeah.
Because I stay away in general from doctors because I was raised in a medical family. You know, they usually start with giving you some kind of drugs, and I am completely against it. And once again, that's what works for me. Might not work for you, so please consult with your doctor if you have to.
Absolutely. I agree with you.